Hello and welcome to Floristry Market. I'm Greg.
And I'm Emma.
Hello, Emma.
Hello, Greg. How are you?
I'm very well, thank you. How are you doing?
I'm good, thanks. Yeah, not too bad.
What are we doing today? Because I've walked in, you've done some preparation.
Yes.
I actually have no idea what you're going to do.
Okay, so today I'm going to show you how to do a bit of an arch. So kind of the sort of thing that people might get married underneath or...
I mean, quite short people.
Well,
Oh, I suppose.
we've had to make it a bit shorter for me today, but a lot of couples will get married underneath an archway and then they'll move them. So with these big statement pieces, they might have their ceremony underneath it and then move it maybe to the reception or something like that. I mean, this one's obviously like a metal one, but I've got like a wooden one, which is quite nice. So I thought I'd show you how to decorate them. So this is going to be a bit of an asymmetrical design, so it's going to be bigger on that side.
You're not going to be getting me doing stuff like that.
Wow, yes, little bit.
Okay.
And a little bit smaller on this side. So first of all, we've got these like the cages.
Yep.
And they've got the biodegradable foam in them. Because I think you might have said in previous videos, normally, because we've got artificial flowers today, these are really great because you can use them for fresh and foam.
Yeah.
So that's perfect for that. So I've just cable tied that one on at a slight angle. So you've got the larger one there. So because this side's going to be bigger than this side, I've got a bigger cage for there.
Do you want me to do this?
Yeah, so just at an angle.
Oh, I've got to step on.
Shall I be your assistant?
So I'll put it about here.
Yeah. And we don't want it dead straight because we kind of want it to come across.
Do I have to do it tight or?
Yeah. And then that one.
And that one.
Yeah, perfect.
What do you do? Just through this hole?
Just through that hole and round. Yeah.
It doesn't really matter because this is all going to be covered up, isn't it?
Yeah, it's just more to get it at the angle and to keep it secure. But they're quite, that's what I like about these. So these have got like the holes at the top and at the bottom. So that's quite nice. The old ones didn't used to have that.
Oh, really?
They used to have the bit at the top. So it's quite nice that they've got one at the top and the bottom.
So what would you have done in the old days? Just put it onto one of these bits?
Yeah, and squished it through. So yeah. Right, so we've got those on. So what we're going to do first of all is create our base, our outline. So what I have done also, which I've forgotten about, is you should have one of these, Greg, one of these nice garlands.
Okay. Here it is.
So particularly if this was a fresh one, so just to cover up a little bit, you can just kind of like wrap it over and round.
I'm sure we didn't agree for me to be doing stuff. Where's the end?
I just wanted to show how,
Simple it is. If I can do it, yeah.
No. And then I'll add them up. Right. Okay, so you can literally just wrap that around and you can secure it with a couple of cables.
How did you?
This has like got a wire in it.
Ah.
So it's really good.
Should I start here or start over here?
Doesn't really matter. I'd say probably start there. We don't want them to join up.
Okay.
You kind of just wrap it round.
All right.
Sorry.
I've wrapped it around. Is that all right?
Yeah.
Why is it not staying?
Because once you've added the whole thing on, it'll go round.
Will it? And then where do I go round?
So if you go round the top, round here.
Okay. Look, it's unravelled.
That's it.
And then.
If we hook it over there.
Wrap it.
Because you can always cable tie
Over
them
where?
on.
Over here?
Yeah,
Like that?
that's it.
And then just down it. Oh.
That's all right. It doesn't have to be too tight. It can be quite loose. And then I'll just secure it with a couple of cable ties.
Okay.
Right. That's it. I'm not going to make you do any more.
Oh.
Unless you want to.
You're lying, aren't you? I'm going to be doing more. There's a whole bunch of stuff down here.
Okay. So, as you can see, that's...
I'm good at this.
Right. So, I'm going to start with my outline. So, this is going to be quite big. So, we've got these dried palm spears. So, I'm going to start at the bottom and I'm going to push these in quite close to the bottom of the cage because these are quite big items and I want to make sure that I'm leaving plenty of room for the rest of the flower.
I kind of want to do it, so I'm going to do it.
Look, you've gone from being really reluctant to...
I know.
That's it, I want to do it.
I know, yeah. So do the same as you.
So cut that a bit shorter, Greg. Cut that with your
I've got
scissors.
and everything. And whereabouts, sorry?
So you want it to be coming
No,
out?
I mean, whereabout, what length?
Oh, sorry.
About
Yeah,
there?
about there.
Okay.
So the rule of thumb of when you're working out how much to cut things is work out where you want it to go in your design and then add about 2 inches for it to go into the floral foam.
Okay.
So that's how you normally work it out.
So I'm going to shove this all the way in at the back there, like that.
That's it. Okay. So then I'm going to have the neck, the other one.
Oh, there's another one.
Yeah.
Oh,
Come in
oh, look at this one. It's even bigger.
that way. So we don't want them to be dead straight. So we want it to come across like that. We're going to kind of like do a little archway.
Oh, look at me, I'm a florist.
Again, right at the back, as close as you can.
Like that.
Yeah, that's it.
Well, these are sharp.
Yeah.
Ow.
The palm spears. So make sure you push it into the oasis. If you push it from the stem rather than the flower, because you don't
I know,
want
but
to
it
damage
hurts. Ow. Ow. Nobody told me that it hurt to be a florist.
Yeah, look.
It's not going in.
I'll show you my hands later.
Eee. Oh, no.
That's it. It's fine.
I'm a frustrated florist.
That's it. We can always cable tie that on.
Okay, we'll cable tie that in a bit.
Yeah, actually.
Should we do it
Let's
now?
do it now. I love a cable tie.
Cable ties rock.
Right. Okay.
Have you seen those little machines you can get on Amazon that tighten them, like properly tight?
No, I've seen those. Have you seen the holders that you can have them like on a tool belt?
No.
I haven't seen the tightener though.
Yeah, it actually properly tightens it, but you don't need it that tight here, do you?
I know, but so then I've got some smaller spears,
So do I.
kind of half moon that shape around at the top. So I'll cut mine. I'm cutting them at that angle, not because they need to be drinking, because obviously they're faux, but it's a sharper angle for things to go in.
Yeah.
But obviously, if they were fresh flowers, easy for me to say, you would cut them at the angle. So then I'm going to just join up these two like that. So you're angling them, so you're getting that fan shape.
At the back again. Like
That's it.
These ones aren't as spiky.
1, 2, and I'm going to give you an extra one because your side's going to be bigger.
Oh, okay.
Because I like that asymmetry.
Oh.
That's it. And then you've got the third one. If you angle it coming down,
Like that.
yeah, so you want it to look like a half moon. That's it, perfect. So now we're going to do the same, joining these two, but we've got some, so these are your palms, now these are the palm spears, where they've cut the leaves round, that's
Yeah.
what that is. So I'm just going to,
right, okay.
again, cut those shorter. So what we're doing is we're making our outline shape.
Yeah. One day I'm going to cut my finger, I can just feel it.
And I'm starting at the back and coming forwards because it's much easier. It's much easier when you add flowers to add them at the front than trying to push them from behind.
So I've got that in the back now, is that
Yeah,
right?
but come, yeah, that's it.
And then just down there like that.
That's it. And then
Look at me, I'm a florist, I'm so excited. Oh, you got me all for me. Thank you.
I'm assisting you.
Everybody, please don't criticise my work. I mean, you can if you want. It probably is going to be rubbish. It's not going to be rubbish. I've got a good teacher. It's going to be awesome.
We
So
hope.
this is all on you.
Right, so next we're going to put our focal flower in. So our biggest flower that's going to dominate the design in the
Wow,
centre.
that is lovely.
They're gorgeous, aren't they?
It does amaze me how real these things look. I can see why more and more people are doing artificial.
Yeah, so these are really gorgeous. I had these in the warehouse this morning and then I spied those. They just, I think for autumn, I mean, a vase full of those, or even just like 2 or 3 on their own.
Yeah. Have you seen our new tropical bits, by the way?
No, I didn't see those.
You know,
yet
you
this
said
morning.
get tropicals in. We've got some tropicals.
Oh,
They're
we'll have a look
amazing.
later.
They're amazing.
So we don't have to match because we're going to be asymmetrical. So we can
Okay.
both have the same, or you can have a hydrangea.
Well, okay,
Depends
let's
which
do-
you prefer.
I'm going to do a hydrangea.
Okay.
Oh, no, yeah, that's right.
Right.
Yeah.
Okay. So I'm going to measure where I want it to be. So I want it to come out about as wide as it is here. That's how far it's going to protrude. Protrude.
Is it protrude? Protrude.
Protrude.
Not protrude. Protrude.
Protrude.
Is it protrude or
It's
is
going
it
to
protrude?
stick out this far.
It's protrude. Protrude or protrude?
Protrude, I think.
Sticky out. It's going to be
It's gonna
sticking
stick out this far. Right, so I'm going to measure how far it comes out here.
Yeah.
Add on a little bit for it to go into the oasis, and that's how I'm going to work out where to cut it.
Okay.
Does that make sense?
Yes, it did. So if I'm doing
Right,
the
so
same,
you've got some brilliant snips.
I want it
These-
sticking out and I want that. Okay.
Yeah. So these snips are so good, these Oasis snips for cutting wire.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, they're so good. Right, so then that's going to go in the centre. So you've got, in the middle of this cage, you've got like a line running through. So you just want to go slightly off centre.
Okay. All right.
And the good thing with the faux ones is you can bend them. They're
Is that
not
all right?
quite where you want them to be. Yeah, very good. Right. So then,
I'm so proud.
so then I'm going to
This
bring
is quite exciting for me.
one behind. So I would reverse.
Yeah,
you reverse,
yeah.
So we're going to angle it, come in that way.
So it'll be like that.
Yeah, that's it.
So
Same thing with your snips. So we're putting the darker, bigger flowers into the centre. They're going to draw your focus. Perfect.
all right. So
I've put I put that one behind. So yeah, that's it.
So like there.
That's it. But angle it away from you. That's it.
Like that?
Perfect. Yeah.
Oh,
That's
is
it.
that all right, like that?
Yeah. Brilliant. Don't worry, they will stay. They should
Okay.
stay. Right. So now we're going to build up from the outside in. So I'm going to add a little bit of foliage. So you should have a little bit of poplars, hopefully. Actually, we don't need a huge amount, so we can probably both use this bit.
Don't know if I have.
No. I was skimping on you. Right, okay. So I'm just going to snip off a few stems.
So what's this called?
This is called poplars. So this is really good.
So it's not eucalyptus. That looks eucalyptus.
It does.
Is
That
this
one's eucalyptus.
Okay.
Yeah. No. So this is called poplars. So I'm going to add. I'm a bit small, so
Shall I cut some?
yeah, please. So I'm just going to add a couple of pieces either end, like that.
Actually, scissors might work easier. What is it with me and cutting today? What is it? I think you need wire clippers. Where are those wire clippers? Have we got any wire clippers? What's your head, Mike?
I didn't do that on purpose. Oh,
How'd you make it so easy?
but I don't. Maybe you're using. I don't know. So I just do them there and cut it. Bend it.
Maybe you're just stronger than me.
No, it's just knack.
This is why I don't do stuff.
I'll cut it and then you just add it.
Cool.
Right.
We've not stopped. Come on, carry
Okay.
on.
Right. Okay. So then I'm going to just add 1, 2, 3. So they're in a bit of a line. So you've got one at the top, one at the bottom, one nearer to the centre.
One at the bottom, like that.
That's it. Yeah. And then rather than just having a top and a piece and a bottom piece, no, I won't cut it.
We've got some wire clippers. Round there. On the side, on the side, on the side. Here.
I don't know how to use those.
These are proper wire cutters. Just hold.
How many people does it take? Oh, I'm impressed.
They are
good. So that one's just going to go.
Oh.
No, it's fine. It's just going to go kind of in there.
Like that.
Yeah, to bring that. So you can see that's a little bit of a line.
Yeah.
So like running through your design.
Cool.
So then we're going to add some little of the outlining bits. So just these like little berries for texture. Now these just pull apart like that.
Do they?
So they're quite good when you want to break things down.
I've just pulled the wire down out.
That's
Is
all
that
right. Because when you want to break
Is that what
things
you want to
down-
do? Just pull them out?
Yeah. So then you've got from one, we've got quite a lot. So this is one of those things when you're buying, you know, once you've bought things a few times, you'll know what you can do with the products.
Such good value for money. You get 5 for 1, don't you?
Really good value. So then I'm going to do the same thing I did with the poplars, but I'm going to just come on the outside. So I'm bringing some colour in. So 1,
Okay.
2, and then making a line with them. And what the line does is the line brings your eye from one end of the design through to the other.
Okay.
And then I'm going to have 3 at the bottom, and I've got a couple at the top. That's it?
Is that all right?
Yeah, perfect. So now we want to add a little bit more in here. So
do you teach people, obviously, in your studio?
yes,
Is this the sort of thing you do, but with, live flowers?
with fresh flowers, yeah.
Fresh flowers.
So we do like different courses. This can be like a whole, if people want to learn how to do like a statement piece, then that can be like a whole day course.
Yeah.
That's generally for someone who's got like a bit of all previous floristry knowledge.
Okay.
But yeah, they can come and make the bigger statement pieces, which are really becoming really popular with weddings.
Yeah.
And I think people are just, as long as they can, I'm really keen on making sure they can reuse them and repurpose them in the reception. So as I say, if they get married underneath it, I did one last year which was really lovely. They had an archway like this that they got married underneath, and then in the evening they put a sofa underneath it, and then they got all of the props and they used it as their photo booth.
Oh, nice.
So they had just like a Polaroid camera, or we did one recently where they had a big, like a broken arch where it doesn't join in the centre.
Yeah, yeah.
So they got married underneath that, and then it went either side of the cake.
Okay.
So that was nice as well.
Yeah.
Right, so we've got some of these. So I'm going to put these in a line, but not a dead straight line, so like a wavy path.
Oh,
So
I think I've cut them a bit short.
no, they'll be fine. Well, we can mix and match.
I've got a long one for the top.
Yeah. So I've got 1, 2. I need a step up still.
I've got one. Do you want one?
2. I should be all right. 2, and then I'm coming through the focal flower. So you've got like an invisible line. 1, 2, 3, and then.
Mine looks a bit different.
Let's have a look.
It's gone like that.
That's all right. And then you can pop, if you pop one down there, then it's like, can you see it? It's like a windy path. So just have a little bit of space in between them. So it's like you're bringing them through the design, they're S-ing through. So we've got those, and then we've got some of these Chinese lanterns, which are lovely. And I've got these because they've got a bit of movement to them.
Oh, these are cute.
Yeah, now these are a really lovely flower. They are, if they were in real, fresh, they come in the autumn. You can grow them in the UK in the gardens. And this is so realistic. Like I actually, when I saw these, I couldn't believe how good these were. So I want these.
I'm amazed at our own products. These are great.
I want these to trail a little bit, so I'm just going to push those underneath.
Okay, I'm going to get
2, and then I'm probably going to have. So what I've done is, you might think, oh, why don't you just put the whole thing in?
Yeah, yeah.
But then you don't get any movement with it. So it's better to just cut it up, and then you can put them in. Oh, we'll be able to use that.
Oh, on its own like that.
Yeah, yeah.
Or shall I cut it about there?
No, if you leave it with the leaf on it, with a little bit of foliage on it, cut it about there. Yeah.
Okay, I'll cut it there.
That's it.
Oh, it's a thick stem. Just talking about how great these clippers are.
Sometimes with these you need to like bend them.
Oh,
and
yeah,
move them
I
and
got
down.
that.
That's it. Perfect. So I'm going to have the longer one like trailing down, and I'm going to bring it from the side and push it in. And sometimes you have to hold the cage as you're pushing things in just to keep it sturdy.
Yeah. Sort of ended up in the middle a bit there.
Yeah, that's okay, because you've got that one that you could have like trailing down there.
So you've talked a lot about making lines. Is that what you do?
Yeah, so the purpose of a line is you have your smaller flowers on the outside come into your bigger ones, and then the line brings your eye through. But people get confused. When florists talk about line, people think you mean like a dead straight line,
Yeah,
but it's more of like a windy pathway, and it just leads your eye through the design.
Okay. So
It's one of the principles and elements of design.
Oh, I quite like that there.
And it's kind of like, a lot of people are like bashing old school florists a bit, and they're a little bit like, why do you have to learn the rules? Why does it's all too staid, it's all too structured. But I'm a big believer in you need to learn the rules because they're part of the recipe, and then once you know the rules, you can bend the rules.
Yeah, absolutely.
Okay, so then we're just going to add a little bit of filler in, just to kind of like fill in the gaps. So this is nice. I'm not 100% sure what this is, but I'm sure the guys will be able to
Put it on the screen.
put it on the screen and tell us.
See how easy that was, Emma?
I know. I'm definitely getting a pair of those.
Can have these ones if you like.
Okay.
£27 for you.
Right, and then I'm just going to I want that nice fan shape. So I'm just going to kind of...
I think I've gone too short again.
No, you haven't. Push them in
I don't know what you're
to
doing.
create that shape. So I'm kind of coming around the edges with them, a bit like a starburst.
Okay.
And then I've got some down at the bottom, and then remembering to carry it through at the top as well.
I've only got 3 bits. It's amazing how quickly the
So
the
in
foam
faux,
disappears.
yeah, it is. And I think when you look at those big cages, you think, oh my God, I've got loads, which is why it's really good to start from the back to the front. Because if you start from the front, you start filling it up, then you, all of a sudden when you've got to get all the stuff in at the back, you've run out of space. So it's better to come forwards. And then it's just maybe a little bit of, I think maybe a little bit of the light cream one just to make it pop.
Okay.
But we went for these like really lovely autumnal shades. What is nice with the faux flower is that you can bend them around, you can manipulate them. Lots of florists will do these sorts of things and hire them out. So people are, you know, we've talked about sustainability before.
Yeah.
So, you know, you kind of, you know, you can hire them out so they're going back so they can be reused.
Well, I am seeing on social media more and more people are doing artificial flowers.
Yeah.
And it is great because you do, as you say, hire them out. You can then use them again.
Yeah,
So,
reuse them. And then a lot of these, so this time of year, as you come into the autumn, I do quite a lot of outside installations. So people like used to have lots of flowers for Christmas, but now they want to have flowers outside as well. So you can put something up like this. September, I think as soon as the kids go back to school, everyone starts thinking of autumn, don't they? So you could put this up in September and you could probably leave it until like the very end of November when you want to put your Christmas arrangement up. And they will, I've had a customer actually, she still had it out for an entire year because she loved her autumn one so much.
Yeah.
And they still look great. They don't matter if they get wet, you know, so.
I love it. I don't know if I've done a good job here. This feels
I'm not just saying this, I'm actually really impressed.
You are just saying it.
No, I'm not.
Eh? What's
Got
that?
any gaps?
I've probably got some gaps.
No, you just want to check to make sure you haven't got any gaps.
So what do you mean by...
So like where you can see like the too much of the foam,
So
you
I can
can't.
see.
If you got really, really close in, you could. If this was in fresh flowers, you would just fill all that in with greenery.
Okay.
And if it was going out for a client, you have to expect that they're obviously going to be able to see from behind as well. So you just want to make sure that, you know, the back's filled in as well.
Oh, yeah.
So
We've not done that.
we haven't done that, but then you can't see that. But it's just one of those things to be mindful of, and especially if someone's going to move it from one place to another, where it can't be seen behind in one bit, it might be seen.
So
behind
in this situation, I feel I'm a bit gappy here.
Yeah.
So what should I put in there?
So I would just go with a little bit of filler. So I would probably either pop a little bit of that in or go for something, because your side's meant to be bigger than mine anyway.
Oh, yeah, of course.
Maybe like the rose.
Okay.
So maybe the rose head in there, and then because you want to bring it out, either probably down there. So maybe one in there and one down there.
Interesting. Okay.
Because it's quite a dark, strong colour, so it's going to complement that hydrangea.
I love the fact that that looks spiky and it's not. It's so cool.
I've got to say though, like your faux flower is like, it's really good quality.
Oh, you're just saying that.
I'm not. I did wire some pumpkins as well. I didn't know if we could, but I don't know if they're good.
I have to say, Jenny does buy good stuff. She's great.
What do you think about these?
Oh, they're cute. Oh, perfect for.
put some of those in?
Yeah.
Right.
I'm going to put this one down at the bottom,
That's it.
sticking out a bit. Just it.
Brilliant.
And then that one.
That's it.
In there.
Brilliant. Let's fill that gap.
That's nice.
And then you had some really nice pumpkins, so I'm just going to show you how to wire these.
What do you call these little pumpkin things?
The gourds.
Gourds.
I grew some of these. They
Did
grow
you?
really easily, yeah. So these have got like a polystyrene middle, so you can just push that
Wow.
wire through, comes out the other side, like that, and then bend it, but leave one side a lot longer, and then whenever you're wiring anything, you always twist the thing you're wiring into the wire.
Nice. And then you can just put that.
And then you can just put those in wherever.
I like that.
I'm going to push them in quite deep.
Okay. I'll do the same then. Try to. Oh, yeah, I quite like that.
And they just give it an extra texture. So when you're choosing your flowers, like we've talked about before, you want to choose a good colour scheme, and you also want to be looking for texture. So
Thanks.
flowers that have got different textures to them. Well, that one's quite nice. That might be nice your side. And I've done this asymmetrical, so it's bigger on your side than it is on mine, because I just think, I don't know, I find it a bit more aesthetically pleasing than when everything's like dead even and matching. And
Yeah, yeah. More organic, really. So if I wanted to, I could fold that over.
you could.
Or should I snip it?
I'd cut it a bit shorter. So if you cut that a bit shorter, and actually you can hook it, because when you hook something and you push it into Oasis like that, when you hook the bottom,
Yeah.
it stays in for longer.
Cool.
I feel like that was a technique you knew you were doing.
Oh, it just naturally came to me. There you go.
There you go. I'm actually really impressed, Greg.
Oh, thank you. Thank you. That is really nice.
So it's a nice autumnal, archway. You could have a ceremony underneath and then move it, to wherever.
Awesome. So you teach these sort of things one-on-one as well, if people want to?
Yeah, so you can come and have a one-to-one, or I do quite a lot of private groups. So maybe people might, like for instance, shops or florists that maybe want to upskill, they'll send like maybe 2-3 of their staff, and they'll all come to learn to do it in one day, or individual people, or I've had a venue come to me actually because they've got an archway that's an entrance to the venue, so that they wanted to be able to decorate it. It was something they wanted to offer. They didn't particularly want to do the rest of the floor. So yeah, people can come to one-on-one, small groups.
So I guess if they're doing one-to-ones, they'd learn quite a lot more because you just
Yeah,
speed through it.
yeah, and also it gives people the opportunity to ask questions, or if they're struggling with a particular element, that's so much better, because obviously when you're in a group situation, some people might not want to speak up or ask lots of questions.
I think that's a great thing about face-to-face training, is you get to ask the questions, and you don't know, like I just asked about that little, should I snip it, should I bend it, what can you do? And then that wasn't planned or anything.
No.
So it's great.
And it is that kind of, I think sometimes when you've been doing any job for a long time, sometimes you forget the little details that you just take for granted, that you think, that you don't realise that you do that, and that's a thing. It's just like a little hack, isn't it? So, and one of the things I always do is I always ask people at the beginning of the day, or what do they want from it, or where are they going to use it? Because then that's how different ways of attaching and things like that. So yeah.
That's brilliant. Well, if anybody does want to come to you and learn how to do things, where should they go?
They should go to the website, which is lillianbflorist.co.uk.
Very good, very good. Anyway, Emma, thank you so much for that. And thank you, everybody, for watching. I hope you enjoyed it. Thank you for subscribing. If you haven't, please do that and hit the bell icon. You'll be notified every time we upload a new show. So from Emma and from me, see you next week. Bye.